There is absolutely nothing more embarrassing than hitting a shank. Hey, my name is Eric Kaplan. I've had the pleasure of coaching multiple major champions, and I want to share with you right now the root cause of the shank, and also how some simple posture adjustments will prevent you from ever hitting the ball off the hosel. Just by learning where to properly center your weight will have you hitting consistent iron shots down your target each and every time. So what is a shank, and more importantly, why does it happen? A shank occurs when the golf ball makes contact with the hosel, causing it to ricochet dead right of your target. And so what causes a shank to happen is if I set up with the club right behind the golf ball, and if I were to move closer to the golf ball, it would make the hosel a lot more exposed, leading to a shank. Why would this happen in your golf swing? Is rooted in something as simple as where you're centering your weight on your feet. Now, the most common thing that I heard growing up is that in the golf swing, you want to center the weight over the balls of the feet, but why? You know, when you take an objective look at human anatomy, we are actually not designed to carry weight on the balls of their feet. We're actually designed to carry weight over the ankle joint. The moment you get more than 50% of your weight over the ball of your foot, you begin engaging your quadriceps, which is athletic for sports like baseball, soccer, football, basketball, sports where the object is to jump, run, and lunge in different directions. In golf, the object is different. I want to stay centered and I want to rotate. And right now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to stand up on your lead foot. So balance your weight on your left foot if you're a right-handed golfer, right foot if you're a left-handed golfer. I want you to ever so slightly center your weight on the ball of your foot and try to rotate your lower body towards your target. You're gonna feel it's quite difficult. However, the moment you get the weight back over the ankle joint, all of a sudden you can. So if your pro is telling you to hit the ball further, you want to rotate the lower body faster, and if the weight's on the balls of your feet, you're literally up against a wall. Your body is literally in your own way. And so to understand these basic ideas will create the conditions by which you can hit the ball further, but also prevent the shank. So how do you get into a proper posture? Because the last thing I want you to do is get set up and lean back over the heels or the ankles. As from here, you're gonna do nothing but falling off balance. The way that you properly get the weight over the ankle joint is through what we call proper hinging, or the primary tilt of the golf swing. What we want to do when we set up is we're going to go ahead and stand up straight. We're going to put our hands in our thighs. We're going to hinge our thighs back until the toes come up, at which point we add a little flex to our knees. This does two things that's absolutely critical in the golf swing. First of all, it puts my spine in a much more neutral position, create a much more free turn on the way back. It also engages my hamstring, my glutes, bigger, more powerful muscles mean more distance, and also the ability to stay in my posture. So for as long as your pro is telling you to make a golf swing with the weight over the balls of your feet, it's going to create the conditions by which you're going to come up and out of your shot, leading to that shank. Whereby if you get into the posture by hinging your thighs back, my spine's much more neutral, creating much more freedom in my rotation, but also muscles that will actually allow me to stay better in my posture, hit the ball right down my target line. So simple things like this create drastic changes in your ability to make solid contact for the rest of your life. And so the neat thing about this, the secondary part, is the same posture we utilize for our iron play is the same thing we do for every other part of the game. And so, you know, why would you ever want to hit a driver? You're coming up and out of your posture. That's where you're going to lead your driver and block it wide right. If you hit a bunker shot with the weight in the balls of your feet and you come up and out of your posture because of it, there's your blade over the green. There was a Golf Channel segment where I was featured with Dave Marr as well as Bernhard Longer, talk about the changes we made to his golf swing, what made him more consistent, where Dave stopped and actually called me the Michelangelo golf instructors. And so for those of you who have traveled to Florence and seen Michelangelo's David at the Accademia, and he took a tour there, a tour guide would tell you that there are two basic schools of thought regarding how Michelangelo carved David. One that said he took a piece of marble and he carved David, that's great. But there's a second school of thought that says he took a piece of marble and he got rid of everything that wasn't David. If we take your golf swing, get rid of all the unnecessary moving parts, by definition, you have to become more consistent. On top of that, if we say you have the same posture fundamentals for every part of your game, from chipping, pitching, bunker play, full swing, even your putting stroke, how much more consistent you're going to be. And for as long as you are centering the weight over the balls of your feet, it's going to create some conditions. Not saying it's wrong, but you're going to have to do other things in your golf swing to warrant for your change of posture because of these misunderstood fundamentals. And so if you want to create a long rift of change in your golf swing, if you want to be able to stop the shank for the rest of your life, as well as hit more crisp iron shots, just by learning how to properly center your weight over the ankles is absolutely critical. And again, it's not found in you getting here and all of a sudden trying to lean back over the ankle, because from here you do nothing but fall off balance. The answer is found in properly hinging the thighs back until the toes come up, at which point you add some flex to your knees. I hope that made a little bit of sense. And if you like that video, click the thumbs up button below and click subscribe. That way you'll be notified every single time we upload another video lesson like this.